I don't think Richard will
Big
get.
Sam's, it'd just be more interesting.
I'll tell Sam, but you always sit on my right, that's your seat.
Let's change this up a bit.
Hey, we're having another alumni event coming up. I'll let you know the details on it in case you guys want to go out at Mighty Oak. Dinner and all that, so I think it's
See, they own all that land.
it's in August, I think, early August. Yeah, but I'll get it to you.
MSU,
Yeah.
my daughter just graduated there earlier this week.
It's got to switch to 6:30 at any second now. Oh, there it is. All right.
Anyway.
Okay, call the city council meeting for Monday, May 12th to order. Start with the roll call, please.
Atkins,
Here.
Evans,
Here.
Mitchell,
Here,
Mizell,
Here.
Mutchler, Wall,
Here.
Jordan,
Here.
Garner,
Here.
Mayor Carr.
Here. So we have quorum tonight. Start off with our invocation given by Reverend Don Anderson, Emergency Services Chaplain, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. If you can please stand.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Heavenly Father, as we come to you today, we're so thankful for this beautiful day you've given to our community, and Lord, for all the bountiful blessings that we have. And Lord, I want to once again thank you tonight for our leaders that stand before us. Give them wisdom, courage, discernment, and Lord, to help them to conduct the business in the best interests of our community. And Lord, I just pray that you'd bless those who take care of our city, those in the first responders, as well as the city workers. Lord, just bless them, protect them. And Lord, I pray tonight that your blessings would be on this meeting, that everything would be done to your glory. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And nobody signed in for public comments, so move on to discussions and presentations. And I have two proclamations I'll do. First one, whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Lebanon Police Department. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, more than 24,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including two members of the Lebanon Police Department, Officer Kendall Blackburn, who gave his life in 2020, and Chief James Simpson, who was lost in 1984. Whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and whereas new names of fallen heroes are being added to the memorial this spring, including officers killed in 2024 and in prior years, and whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers lost in the line of duty will be honored during the 37th Annual Candlelight Vigil hosted by the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund on May 13th, 2025, whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of National Police Week, which will be observed this year from May 11th through May 17th, and whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags shall be flown at half-staff. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Jared Carr of the City of Lebanon, do hereby proclaim May 11th through the 17th, 2025, as National Police Week in the City of Lebanon, and publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Lebanon to be affixed this 12th day of May, 2025. And I'm going to present this to Chief Harrison. Second proclamation. Whereas every child deserves a safe, loving, and stable home environment, and whereas foster families provide critical care, support, and hope to children who have experienced abuse, neglect, or trauma, and whereas more than 17,000 children are currently in Missouri's foster care system, including many in our own community, needing compassionate caregivers and a network of support. And whereas foster parents, relative caregivers, child welfare professionals, and community organizations work tirelessly to ensure children in care are protected and supported. And whereas the City of Lebanon acknowledges the need for continued efforts to recruit, train, and support foster families, and to ensure the well-being of children and youth in care. And whereas Foster Care Awareness Month is a time to recognize and honor the vital contributions of those who make a difference in lives of children, and to raise awareness of the ongoing need for foster homes and community engagement. Now therefore, I, Mayor Jared Carr of the City of Lebanon, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Foster Care Awareness Month in the City of Lebanon, and encourage all citizens to take this opportunity to honor foster families, support the foster care community, and consider how we can each play a role in the lives of children in need. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Lebanon to be affixed this 12th day of May 2025. And here to accept this is Laura Garden with Live to Give Hope. Okay, that's all for discussions and presentations tonight. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Jordan moved, Garner seconded.
Mayor, I have a question on the consent agenda.
Yes.
So I heard the fireworks at Mighty Oak the other night. Did they not get the request in on time?
I think they did. It was just a matter of,
Actually came in a little late. It came in after the meeting.
Okay.
It was for a bridal, for a wedding party.
Oh, okay, great. Well, it was a long one. It was a good one, so.
was it good? It was within the window, but it was
Yes, it
after
was
the meeting.
between meetings.
Yes, it was after, but it was after the meeting.
Okay, gotcha.
Same thing with the Moonshine Mashup Parade there, so, as well, so.
What was that? What was that? The moonshine mashup? What?
That's a parade in town.
But for
For,
what?
Rat rods.
rat rods.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why we saw all those.
Yes, yep, uh-huh,
Okay.
yep.
I thought we'd missed that on some moonshine. So.
Well, I think they had some moonshine at the party Friday night, so,
Moonshine
and Saturday.
and mashed up cars. I just needed to know.
I know Garner will let us know about that, though.
They are a unique bunch of cars.
They are, definitely. I'll give you more details of that later and maybe next year as well, so.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Garner.
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda is approved. On to second reading of Council Bill 6845. Chief?
Mayor and council, this is the ordinance that we've looked at before and kind of kicked around a little bit, back and forth. We've settled on, we put unlicensed back into the original ordinance as it was prior. However, Section 4, or Section D of 26-37 says this section shall not, and we've added a paragraph 5, prohibit the parking of more than 2 unlicensed vehicles that are not in a state of major disassembly, disrepair, or in the process of being stripped or dismantled. So that's the amendment that we've proposed before you tonight.
Do you care to remind me, what was it before this? We've changed it a couple of times.
Prior to this, we were going to remove the term unlicensed, so any vehicle that any vehicle that did not otherwise fall under the nuisance violation, other than it just was unlicensed, would be allowed if it was, you could have one unlicensed. So now what we've done is we've put that back in there so that it still says you can't have an unlicensed car, and then in this section, we're just adding in a codicil that just says that prohibit the parking of more than 2 unlicensed vehicles.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate y'all's efforts on this too. Really do.
Any questions on that, council? Comments? Okay, second reading, please.
I can read it real quick. Do we want to try doing the amendment first?
Don't we have to have a motion and
Yeah.
a second, then we can amend it?
Okay, ready?
Yes.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, amending the City Code of Ordinances, Chapter 8, Buildings and Construction, Section 855, Property Maintenance, Code adopted, and Chapter 26, Nuisances, Section 2637, to address the term unlicensed vehicles.
Motion to accept the amendment.
Second.
We need a motion and a second on the original reading, and then we can amend it.
I thought that was
Isn't that
to
correct?
ask for that.
Yeah, so
Well, the
Evans
motion
and
to
Atkins,
approve.
Evans and
you would
Atkins?
approve.
Yes.
Atkins second.
Yep.
Now we have to have a first and a second to amend that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we amend the ordinance.
Okay, so Mitchell and Mizell on the amendment?
Now we have to do roll call.
Yes, on the amendment, yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, roll call, please.
All right. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mizell,
Yes.
Wall,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Garner,
Yes.
Atkins,
Yep.
Evans,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Okay, and now roll call on the amended ordinance, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay,
Mizell,
Yes.
Wall,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Garner,
Yes.
Atkins,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
all right. And Council Bill 6845 finally becomes ordinance 7091.
Finally.
Thanks, Chief.
Did you say 7,091?
Thank you for helping me
Yes,
get that across the
7,091.
finish line.
Thank you, Chief. All right, Council Bill 6849.
Mr. Mayor, if I could,
Yep.
I'll jump in with Park Director Shelton not here tonight. We would request that you vote this one down, because you'll see the agenda reading number B, the second item is the replacement of this one. So this particular piece of legislation is no longer needed.
But we had presented it, so we have to present it, so, all right, first reading on that then, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving an agreement with Lebanon, Missouri Kiwanis Club for the purpose of contracting fireworks services for America's semi-quincentennial on July 4th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Wall and Mitchell, roll call, please.
Wall,
No.
Jordan,
No.
Garner,
No.
Atkins,
No.
Evans,
No.
Mitchell,
No.
Mizell.
No.
Okay, Council Bill 6849 fails, first reading. And Council Bill 6850.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this is an ordinance to approve a sole source contract with Premier Pyrotechnics of Richland, Missouri. And this will allow us to enter into a contract for up to $30,000 for fireworks display to be held on July 4th, 2026. So this has been the subject of much discussion, but we finally worked out a sole source arrangement. So this would allow us to reserve the date. It will require a deposit. The deposit of $15,000 may come at some point, but the big component is to reserve the date for the vendor for July 4th, 2026. We have that locked up.
I would imagine everybody's gonna be busy that day.
Yes.
That's why we're trying to get this going.
Exactly.
But 3 months now, I think.
This was a project.
Any other questions, comments? All right, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving contracting services with Premier Pyrotechnics Incorporated for fireworks services and authorizing the execution of all necessary documents for America's semi-quincentennial celebration on July 4th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mitchell and Jordan, roll call, please.
Jordan,
Yes.
Garner,
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri, approving contracting services with Premier Pyrotechnics Incorporated for fireworks services and authorizing the execution of all necessary documents for America's semi-quincentennial celebration on July 4th, 2026.
Move on the second.
Second.
Evans and Mizell on the second. Roll call, please.
Garner. Atkins.
Yes.
Evans.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Mizell.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Okay, Council Bill 6850 becomes ordinance 7092. Council Bill 6851.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this ordinance would set a date for August 5th, 2025 for a special election for voters to consider an increase in the current hotel motel tax for Lebanon, Missouri from 2.5% to 5%. That would generate about $150,000 in additional incremental revenues to be used for marketing and tourism efforts with an eye towards promotion in areas, marketing less than 50 miles away, so it would kind of take advantage of travelers in the Bennett Springs area along the interstate, those types of issues, so additional increase. The cost of the special election is estimated at $9,000. Again, this would put a ballot initiative before the voters on August 5th, 2025. At this point, we believe we're the only thing on the ballot. And the deadline is May
27th.
May 27th.
Okay.
Any questions or comments on that, council? And we've discussed this several times.
Will we be putting anything out to the public to explain what that tax is for, that it's not gonna be, it's tourism and it's not, what they're gonna be paying?
Yeah, as far as what the city could put out is informational, what we spend the money on, where it goes, what we do with it on there. Obviously can't ask for a yes or no vote on anything that the city produces, but
Just awareness, information on it.
mhm.
Mayor, I'd suggest maybe like we hit, maybe a small committee to hit places like the youth center and stuff like that where we could done before, maybe some other key areas just to get the word out a little bit.
Sounds like a volunteer right there.
I'll be glad to
Loved it. Love it.
cook breakfast.
No, it absolutely should, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd certainly assist you with that as well.
I noticed that Rebecca's not here tonight. Did we get any feedback from her about her meeting with the people who are actually engaged in lodging and tourism?
Yeah, the tourism committee met right after the last council meeting. They were generally supportive of it, just concerns I think that raised is it too much, too fast? Generally, we're supportive of an increase, like the concept, Rebecca kind of walked through the marketing issues of where they would market more focused on Bennett Springs, tourism along 44, what I call tourism with a purpose, conversations around the community. It's been, housing that we need for more folks that could buy more higher income housing, more medical professionals. So it's kind of a marketing with a broader purpose. They were very supportive of that effort. So the board was just a little nervous given the political environment, but other than that, they were supportive of the concept of the, definitely could see the need, yes.
Do you think that the tourism committee will help us market this?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All right, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City of Lebanon, Missouri proposing an increase in the current lodging tax rate in effect pursuant to the authority granted by and subject to the provisions of Section 67-1360 and 67-1362 revised statutes of Missouri from 2.5% to 5%, and providing for submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the city for their approval at a special election called and to be held in the City of Lebanon on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Atkins and Jordan. Roll call, please.
Atkins?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Mizell?
Yes.
Wall?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner.
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City of Lebanon, Missouri proposing an increase in the current lodging tax rate in effect pursuant to the authority granted by and subject to the provisions of Section 67-1360 and 67-1362 revised statutes of Missouri from 2.5% to 5%, and providing for submission of the proposal to the qualified voters of the city for their approval at a special election called and to be held in the city of Lebanon on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025.
Move on the second.
Second.
Mitchell and Mizell on the second. Roll call, please.
Evans?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Mizell?
Yes.
Wall?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner?
Yes.
Atkins?
Yes.
Okay, Council Bill 6851 becomes ordinance 7093. Council Bill 6852, Chief.
Mayor and council, this ordinance addresses renewing our membership with the Lake Area Narcotics Enforcement Group that we are now the project agency for. We've been with the Drug Task Force for a long time now.
Any questions regarding that, council? Okay, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri approving an interagency agreement for Lake Area Narcotics Enforcement Group.
Most approved.
Second.
Jordan and Evans. Roll call, please.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Mizell?
Yes.
Wall?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner?
Yes.
Atkins?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri approving an interagency agreement for Lake Area Narcotics Enforcement Group.
Move on the second.
Second.
Wall and Mitchell on the second. Roll call, please.
Mizell?
Yes.
Wall?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner?
Yes.
Atkins?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay, Council Bill 6852 becomes ordinance 7094. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Council Bill 6853. Sean?
This would be for the replacement of the wastewater treatment roof. This roof received hail damage in May of 2024. 3 bids were received. Staff recommends entering into a contract with the bidder who provided the lowest and complete bid. This being Guaranteed Roofing Incorporated in the amount of $49,640. Be happy to answer any questions.
Did insurance cover any of that?
It's all covered. This is the last one. That was a big package, and I think there was 22 total, and this is the last one, so we're about there.
I just had a question. There was a completely aberrational bid of $219,000. And there was one for $44,000. So I just thought,
It must be a misprint.
okay, good.
There was 3 bids, and none of them were that far apart. They were, there's something wrong
It's
there.
Yeah, from a firm, NEO, out of Miami, Oklahoma. And I just looked at it and I just thought, well, that just doesn't make any sense.
I never saw that. I was with Jessica at the bid opening, and I'm not saying it's not there. It was not there whenever the bid opening, whenever we opened that bid, so.
Yeah, and
Gold-plated.
anyway, I just thought, well, what did they propose?
New building.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right, first reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri approving an agreement with Guarantee Roofing for the replacement of the wastewater treatment plant roof.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mitchell and Evans. Roll call, please.
Wall?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner?
Yes.
Atkins?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Mizell?
I see. I was wrong. It's actually in their recommendations, or their list of references is what it is. So absolutely, yes. Yes.
Second reading, please.
An ordinance by the City Council of Lebanon, Missouri approving an agreement with Guarantee Roofing for the replacement of the wastewater treatment plant roof.
Move on the second.
Second.
Evans and Atkins on the second. Roll call, please.
Jordan?
Yes.
Garner?
Yes.
Atkins?
Yes.
Evans?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Mizell?
Yes.
Wall?
Yes.
Council Bill 6853 becomes ordinance 7095. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
That's all for our ordinances tonight. Any comments from staff and the audience? Okay. Chief, have anything?
Yes, Mayor, I do. I have a few things to run through real quick. Number one, I wanted to follow back up with the council and let you know that we have been designated a Blue Shield community. And I think that that's a testament to Chief Arnold's leadership and the culture of our organization that has continued to carry on, and that our police department and the city of Lebanon were a Blue Shield community before the governor wanted to have a Blue Shield community. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly. I also wanted to cover that the Lebanon Police Department has achieved a gold level recognition for policy compliance with the Lexipol Connect, or with Lexipol that we use as our policy manual. So it again demonstrates the quality of the folks we were working with and our performance as a letter of the law agency that's policing in a constitutional manner. And then the final thing I wanted to speak about was an update on the shooting incident that we had last weekend that I'm sure everybody's aware of, and I just wanted to comment that, again, it's a testament to Chief Arnold and the City of Lebanon for supporting the police department. I saw excellent performance on the part of our team, and we were well-equipped and well-prepared for that. By the time I had arrived on scene and started going through my checklist, things were flowing in the exact manner that a police chief wants to see them flow, and that was an unfortunate incident, but it came to conclusion, and everybody that was not directly involved in the incident came through it safely.
Thank you, Chief. They say anything? Counselor? Troy?
Real quickly, sir, I want to thank Lacey for her great work on writing the tourism ballot language. So that was kind of a first for her, and I had some opinions about how it hadn't worked for us in Kansas City, and she was able to filter that through and come up with some language that I think that'll work. And so I also want to, I wanted to give a special recognition to her, and then I also wanted to second what the chief said about the response on May 4th. That was a difficult situation. We got some learning, we got some after-action work that we're going to do going forward, but again, it was a overall stellar response by everybody, sheriff's office, police department, fire department. So you should be very proud of that. And then lastly, just a reminder that we are scrambling, and we will make the deadline. We're planning for a budget work session on May 27th to work through the FY 2026 budget. So we'll try to do a little presentation, let you scroll through the numbers. So it's a learning curve for both our CFO and for the new city administrator, but we'll figure it out, and we'll try to get you some good numbers and some good suggestions going forward on May 27th. I believe that's the only thing we have scheduled for May 27th.
What time is?
5 p.m.
5.
Bob always likes to have some kind of food there when we have those night sessions like that.
Handle that.
And we're gonna, I'm sorry, 5?
Yeah,
5 o'clock?
5 p.m. That's a Tuesday. I know that's a weird day, but
We haven't.
unless you want to come in on the holiday, but we probably won't get very many people here.
Right here at City Hall, you said? Okay.
Yes. Atkins, we'll start with you. If you have
All right, we
anything.
don't have anything.
Okay, Evans?
No, sir.
Mitchell?
I have a question for Chief Harrison. Don't need any particulars or details, but do we have a SWAT team? How does one get put together for things like that, just since we're a smaller community?
We do not have a SWAT team. The liabilities that are involved in the training requirements and equipping requirements, I think, would be pretty cost prohibitive. We are looking at it. If we move forward with one, I would suggest that we develop a regional SWAT team with some of our partners in the area. But that is a significant undertaking particularly for an organization our size.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I wanted to know.
Myself?
Last meeting, we had an individual come forward, and he talked about the drainage issue that he had. His name was Mr. Mannon. And again, it's not of particular interest to me because I don't know anything about it, but what is interesting to me is that he came forward, he was polite, and he raised the issue in a way that required some attention. I understand that his property is outside the city of Lebanon, now that we know that. Have we made any progress with that?
I've been in contact with Mr. Mannon several times, and we are working up some kind of an engineering study to look at the stormwater issues and flow. So I've told him as soon as we know something, he'll be aware of it. I've told him if he has any questions, reach out to me. I'll try to keep him informed of the process going forward, but that's the kind of issues, if we know about it. It may involve at some point us doing some remediation on the property or the surrounding areas, but we'll, until we get some engineering back, we won't know for sure.
Thank you so much. That's all that I really need, and that's all I had.
Well,
Nothing, Mayor.
Jordan?
So talking about the incident over there, we were over and watched 2 hours probably. And it was professionally, smoothly done, as good as anything you see in the movies or TVs. We got it good, and it worked out as well as it probably could have with that. And they did have the SWAT team. Who provided that SWAT vehicle and
The SWAT team came out of Troop F. They brought down their Bearcat and some other
they had one
equipment.
came in while I was over there.
That's
It was an impressive operation. We
Thank
were
you.
over in the church parking lot 2 blocks away, but, yeah. But that's all I had. Good job.
Thank you.
Gardner? Let's see, yeah, I just want to mention again, May 27th, 5 PM budget meeting in this room. Next meeting after that will be June 9th, which is crazy, it's already June. I think I said that about March, and it was, it was like, and now it's June. So June 9th, did have, like, Councilman Mitchell mentioned there too, on the parade, on the moonshine mashup, and that was about, I don't know exactly how many cars there was, I never heard, but I would say that at least 100, 150 cars and probably 300-400 people were involved in that on Friday and Saturday, and people in and out of town, just a great event. Was glad I could be a part of it on Friday, and went out to Saturday for a little bit as well. They have a big thing at Midway Speedway, and so just great people, great group of people, and I mean, I don't think I had any problems and any issues. I didn't, or at least they never brought any up to me or nothing or anything on that. And what a great event! And they give money back to the money they raise from it goes back to scholarships for tech kids or automotive kids, tech kids at the tech school going for continuing education. So a great way to give back to the community there too.
Reminds me,
Yes.
the Votech school show was Saturday.
Yes.
And the one out South 5, they gave 3 $8,500 scholarships, which is what that show does. is
That's
raise
great.
money for that. We gave 3 of them, those kids, high
That's
school
great.
kids going.
And it was absolutely beautiful weather all weekend long
Yeah,
too, so
absolutely
it was great
Do-
to
do
be
good
outside
things.
and do that. Yeah, absolutely, with all those events, and we're looking for them. I know Sarah came out with me on Friday night to maybe possibly look at maybe having it downtown as well next year, which that would be exciting to see what we can do. And as events unfold around the community, it's really great to see when that many people come into town. And literally, there's maybe out of all of those people, there's maybe 10 that are from Lebanon area. So I mean, the rest, it's literally a big travel group. Some from Texas, Illinois, Iowa, different places all over that do that. So always good to make Lebanon shine and show off Lebanon a little bit. So I don't have anything else, but we'll see you guys all on May 27th at 5 PM in the room for the budget. All right. Thank you all very much. We will stand adjourned.